I?
But it is now time for On Your Doorstep.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Thanks, guys.
So we're going to go to London now, and our reporter Alice Porter, she's in Dagenham talking to people about the issues affecting their community. And of course, I suppose on the top of everybody's minds this Monday morning, Alice, is the issue of Ukraine.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been speaking with a lot of residents. I was actually here on Wednesday. I've come back today, and so many people are really concerned about the situation that is really escalating in Ukraine, and many people really, really worried about it. But of course, there are other issues that many people who are here. I'm on the Becontree estate, which is the largest council estate, not only in the UK, but in fact in Europe. And of course, there are all sorts of issues that many people here are worried about. Now, I'm on a sort of cul-de-sac sort of area, but I've been told it's not a cul-de-sac, it's called a banjo. So there I am, I'm getting into the local lingo of anyone who lives on the Becontree estate, and I'm here to meet someone pretty special. So, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Peter. You're live on GBNews with Eamon Holmes and Isabel Webster. How are you doing?
Doing well. Weather looks nice. It's nice to see you.
Very nice to see you too. Can I come in? Is that all right?
Yes.
Thank you so much. What a lovely home. This is beautiful. Now, I know you have a beautiful garden. Are we all right to go sort of straight through, see? Because I know you're the keen gardener.
Follow me.
There we go.
Not the ideal time. Summer is brilliant.
Oh, wow. Look at this. This looks like your pride and joy, Peter.
Oh, yeah. Spend a lot of time out here. Yeah.
This is absolutely stunning. Let's just go through here. Thank you. So how long have you been living on the Becontree estate for?
Since 1943.
That is quite a long time, if you don't mind.
That's right. That shows my age, doesn't it?
And what brought you to living here on the estate?
Well, we were bombed out at Poplar. We stayed, at that particular time, we were staying at Pitsea, which was pretty raw, so we were safer there than being at Poplar. And during that time, the house in Poplar was bombed. So when it came back to get a house, there was nowhere else to go, and we were offered this house in Dagenham. And of course, you know, at that particular time, these particular houses originally were for homes for heroes. During the 1914 war, these were built in 1930. So these were ideal for people that actually were bombed out and had nowhere to go. So we came here in 1943, like coming into the country from Poplar. And as children we played in the streets, no cars about. So that was great. We used to play in the roads. So that was in 1943.
Amazing. So amazing to think that Peter came to the Becontree estate after being sort of bombed out of the East End. I mean, one can't help but thinking about these terrible images that we're seeing in Ukraine at the moment of people sadly very much going through the very same thing that you went through in World War II. I mean, as someone who's sort of gone through that, I mean, what do you think of this latest news?
Absolutely devastating for those people in Ukraine. Absolutely. Especially the children. I can remember as a child in this particular area watching flying bombs coming over and being terrified and going inside and getting under the Morrison shelter for safety. But it must be devastating for them, especially as the children. I think of the children because I came here as a child. So.
And you still got your identity card from when you were a child.
Right.
Let's have a look.
Proof.
This is pretty amazing. I mean, look at this. That is just, look at that. Wow.
So you can see where we were in Wade Street in Poplar, and we came to 36 Dagenham Avenue in around about September 44, around about the latter part of the war.
That's absolutely. I'm just going to have a bit more of an explore. I'm going to ignore the please keep off the grass sign. I'm going to go right over the grass because I know in terms of sort of the community, you do loads in the area with sort of gardening and all sorts of things. I mean, as someone who's lived on the estate for such a long time, I mean, how's it kind of changed? How's the kind of community changed since you've been here?
It is a multicultural society, but not just Dagenham or Barking, it's lots of places in the same situation. Things have changed, and I have quite a few neighbours around here that, I get on very well with, different nationalities, and living in a banjo, we're living closer together, and so we foster this community spirit. I've always tried to foster community spirit, whether in fact in the brass band world or starting a garden club. It's always been my aim to bring people together as a community, and this has got, well, we especially here, we've got a good community around us in the banjo. I say banjo, other areas, posher areas, we say cul-de-sacs. Banjo.
I was telling them earlier about the local language that I was on strict instructions to call it a banjo. So I've managed to get that in. So thank you. Are there any other sort of local language or any other quirks that you need to make sure if I'm here in Becontree that I've got to make sure I go away and make sure I always know?
Right, okay. Well, obviously, in fact, a lot of the houses used to look the same when they were all council. But Margaret Thatcher changed that as soon as people started buying. They developed their own style, and so the houses are more noticeable. One particular time, in fact, we used to call it Corned Beef City. You've heard this before.
Are we in Corned Beef City?
We certainly are.
Oh,
From an aerial view, you would find all these houses look like corned beef tins.
I'm with you. And I know, before we go, I know out on the street there, lots of people were doing sort of clapping for heroes, but you weren't quite clapping for carers when it was during the pandemic. You were doing something slightly different, weren't you?
We're doing something slightly different, and the people around us enjoyed it. What happened, of course, on the Thursday nights, my son, who plays tube and I play horn, we used to select certain tunes which were appropriate, like We'll Never Walk Alone, We'll Meet Again, and we used to play out, and people got used to us playing, and they seemed to enjoy it, because I got messages, what are you playing tonight?
Did you have any requests?
Yeah, I mean, in particular, You'll Never Walk Alone. It must be I noticed, in fact, that several football grounds sung that over the weekend for the people of Ukraine.
Well, thank you. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, You'll Never Walk Alone. It's, I suppose it's a message that many people are thinking about at the moment. Peter, thank you so much for letting me come into your home, and particularly your absolutely stunning garden. I'm going to have to come back here in the summer, if that's okay, when it's all in bloom, if I'm welcome to.
You're going away with plants.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm definitely coming back. No, I'm going to be heading back to another part of the Becontree estate and just speaking to some more people. I mean, as you can tell here, some absolutely amazing history of the people who've been here on this estate. This estate is over 100 years old, and it's some absolutely amazing people I've had the privilege of meeting with this morning.
Well, it's a lively estate. It's community-centric. Thanks, Alice, for finding great characters like the one you have there, and hearing the stories and how big-hearted people are as well. It's also nice to see you, because it's normally dark at this time of the morning, and it's lovely to see. What time's the sun come up?
It's 6:45 now. The sun started coming up, so we get to see you all morning. It's fabulous.
Excellent, excellent. Alice Porter there in Dagenham. Thank you.